Good afternoon and welcome to live coverage of the German Dritte Liga, the third tier. It's Matchday 18 as Waldhof Mannheim host 1860 Munich. So a really big match for you this weekend as the Dritte Liga is finally back in action after the long mid-season break. And this is a crucial match for both sides. Neither want to lose this one as they look to stay in the promotion hunt. It's two very evenly matched sides, and we could be in for a cracker this afternoon. So it's 8th place Mannheim up against 6th place 1860. But they are not too far behind 2nd and 3rd spot. Elversberg at the top. Too far away, you would have to say, for them to catch. As 1860 have signed a new player. Holzhauser there in focus. On loan from Leuven in Belgium. From the top league there. Initially on loan with a view to a permanent move in the summer. And he'll be hoping that he can kickstart their campaign here coming up to the halfway point and get them promotion back where they think they belong in Bundesliga 2. Well, as for Waldhof Mannheim, their head coach Christian Neidhardt took over in the summer. He's continued the good work of his predecessor Patrick Gluckner. They finished last season in 5th. They do have ambitions to go up to Bundesliga 2. And they're currently 4 points behind 1860 Munich. 5 points off 3rd and 7 points from 2nd, so it is very tight. Just a bit of a delay to the start of the match here due to those flares coming from the home end. The players just having a quick kickabout before the match begins. As Waldhof Mannheim, they are in the promotion hunt as it stands, but their away record is pretty poor. At home, though, they are superb. The best home record in the whole league. 24 of their 26 points this season have been won at home. They've won 8 of 9 matches here and have only lost to Rot-Weiss Essen. But they do have no clean sheets in 7. Well, they'll be hoping for a similar performance to last season where they did the double over 1860. It was 3-0 here and 3-1 in Munich. So Michael Körner certainly knows that his team are in for a big challenge today away from home. But he did say in the press conference that he's looking forward to a spectacle here as away we go. 1860 in the bright yellow away shirts. Mannheim in their traditional black and blue. 1860 looking to get the ball into the box immediately here. As they started the season on fire with 5 straight wins. That was a record start at this level. But they've just hit a bit of a patchy spell, or at least they did before the World Cup. Only 1 point from their last 4 matches. And even lost 3 in a row before a draw with Essen. And no clean sheets in 6 for them. But they do have a great support with them today. 2,500 travelling fans going up to Mannheim. And they had a sunny break in Turkey as preparation for the restart. They do have an average away record this season. Won 3, drawn 2 and lost 3. And they have a negative goal difference as well, scoring 10, conceding 12. As we see Verlat there get the ball away. Former Mannheim defender. Ogala alongside him as well. Also debuted for Waldhof Mannheim. And Joseph Boyamba, who's on the bench today, was signed from Mannheim in the summer. Well, there's the man Holzhauser. They will be looking for his leadership qualities in the middle. He's got 2 caps for Austria and Bundesliga experience with Stuttgart and Augsburg. There's one miss, a big miss in fact, for 1860 today's Lex, as we see the first involvement there for Hiller, just having to hack the ball away ahead of Sohm. 2.5 minutes in, and a little bit of a mix-up there defensively perhaps from 1860. As this is the first corner of the game. So Rossipal comes across to take it. Will be an in-swinger, left-footed. Floated towards the back stick, headed back across. And that's good defending from Steinhardt to get it away. As finally the clearance is completed. Just struggling there, rather, 1860 to get that away. As now it's Lebeau down the right-hand side, trying to release Rossipal, and it's a lovely ball in again. 1860 just surviving a little bit of pressure here. Sohm now pulling out towards the left-hand side. Waldhof Mannheim looking to settle early. They might get themselves a free kick there. Nothing signalled by the referee as Bahn went down. And the ball towards the edge of the box. Lebeau with the flick backwards. And they'll look to get a shooting opportunity here. It's Bahn again. And then Verlat away. That was crucial. As pushing forward was Sohm. Well, 1860 under real pressure in this opening 5 minutes. As they've got Marcel Beer up front. Last season's top scorer in the Dritte Liga. Koblanski will be supporting him as much as possible, as well as Skenderovic and Vronedzi. Stefan Lex, a big miss for them, the captain. Talig also out for today's game, as well as Moll. And for Waldhof Mannheim, they've got a new number 1, Bartels, the goalkeeper. But all the action going on at the other end, we haven't even seen him involved yet. As this free kick is played in. Cleared by Rieder. And now perhaps the counter on as Vronedzi tries to burst forward. And then Vronedzi brings down Lebeau. In fact, it's going to be a free kick for 1860, interestingly. Must have been just a tangle of legs. I'll try and keep you up to date with the league table as it stands throughout this 90 minutes. It's so tight in the Dritte Liga. As it stands, only 7 points separating second place Saarbrücken and 8th place Waldhof Mannheim. As we see Michael Köhlner very confident coming into the game. Through a lot of good work in Turkey, apparently. As there's a high ball in here. And the first chance and the first goal is Steinhardt with a lovely header. Well, we've seen nothing of 1860 in this game. But in the 7th minute, they come forward. And it's a fantastic header from the left back. That has opened the scoring, and what an important goal it is as well. Well, what a relief that is for them. As it's just a high ball into the box, it's hoisted in there. And the left back pushing right up there. And what a leap it is as well from Steinhardt. Absolutely no chance of Bartels in goal. Well, what a cross it was as well for Philipp Steinhardt to score. And that is a shock to the system for Waldhof Mannheim. They've got this tremendous home record. And already 1-0 down, though. And that comes after a thrilling start from them. Well, now we'll see what Waldhof Mannheim are made of. It's a game that neither side can afford to lose. Even though it's still early doors, really, in the Dritte Liga. We haven't reached the halfway stage yet. This is match day 18. As it looks as though a corner has been given here, as Mannheim look to reply almost immediately to falling behind to Steinhardt's header. Lebeau to take. It's going to be a short one. It's played back and to the byline and then straight into the arms there of Hiller. Didn't really have to work particularly hard there, the 1860 keeper, to claim that one. As this long ball from 1860 will come to nothing. Jans can pick it up. As is on for Bahn. And Wagner now pushing forward down the right. He just had to prod that forward. It looked as though it was going to go out of play. And it evaded everyone going forward. Steinhardt with the aerial challenge, the goal scorer. Fantastic finish. Leaping between two defenders. And finding the bottom corner. That's Verlat here, under a little bit of pressure from Martinovic. Now Bahn, and he goes down, and he looks as though he's injured himself. Verlat was angry with him initially, thought it was a dive, but that could be a concerning one for him. Well, he's back up on his feet. Now Winkler with the ball back, and it's a poor one. 1860 pouncing on the possession here. The ball is played in towards Holzhauser. Lovely composure from him. And the volley is blocked and away. Well, you can see that he has class, especially at this level. Just took his time here. In the end, the defender sticking to him well. But that's what Holzhauser will bring to this 1860 side. It's lovely skill. Well, Waldhof Mannheim almost being caught twice there on the counter by 1860. The home side have had the majority of the play as the corner comes in from Holzhauser here. 11th minute. It's the third corner of the game. It's a very entertaining match already. Let's hope it continues in this vein. As Waldhof Mannheim playing rather well, but they've fallen behind. As the referee there in the end deciding that that is a foul from Lanet. Riedel for Mannheim, playing the ball out from the back. Here's Jans. way back to Seegert, and now Bartels. Run forward from Rossipal, and says that he was clattered right on the touchline. Well, it's all getting a little bit tetchy over there as well. You can see the referee has to come over and deal with this little flashpoint. Manat and Martinovic perhaps just clashing over there. Much ado about nothing, really. And he's dealt with it well there, the referee. No need to show the cards. He was just caught there, Rossipal. And no need to get involved in anything silly here as play continues. The camera just missing it there. 1860 rushing forward whenever they can. Seems to be the tactic, just try and soak up the pressure from Waldhof Mannheim and hit them with their pace. Now Bahn, perhaps just caught in possession there, bit of a heavy touch. Now it's fed forward for Lebeau. Can he bring it down? He does. It was a bouncing ball. He drifts past Verlat. Lovely run here from Lebeau. And in the end, stopped there. A combination of players. Holzhauser trying to come away with the ball, and he's brought down now. Well, plenty to be said here too. The referee. Let's have a look. Holzhauser it was. The referee was right on it, said it was a fair challenge. And then Bahn taking one for the team. Can't understand either decision. The Waldhof Mannheim midfielder. Well, very, very interesting match indeed. In the opening 15 minutes, you can see what it means to both sets of players. Every decision from the referee is being disputed. But there was no dispute at all about Steinhardt's goal. In the 7th minute, it was Rieder's cross. A sensational one as well. Well, here we go again. There's the looping ball up, and what a climb that is. Lebeau completely caught ball watching. And I think you can lip read there. I think he said wow himself. Philipp Steinhardt. As Kobylanski just flicks the ball on. And dynamic play there from Bear, just unable to break through in the end. Here is Bahn again, getting well involved for Waldhof Mannheim. Now the ball down the channel, and that's good keeping from Hiller. Good communication with Morgalla just to leave it. Now Holzhauser just dropping deep. We have seen him burst forward into the box. As the ball will break loose here for Bear, and it's a lovely ball towards the byline. Now the cross comes in into the hands of Bartels. Now Lebeau. Kobylanski was just lurking at the far post in that attack for 1860, so they are throwing players forward. Even though they're one up away from home in a massive match for both clubs in this mid-season period. They're not afraid to keep up the pressure. As Waldhof Mannheim, top of the home record table, but bottom of the away. Unbelievable. As it stands, that puts 1860 up to 4th in the Dritte Liga. Waldhof Mannheim stuck in 8th. As Rossipal feeds in this deep free kick. And easily sorted out. Skenderovic just turning on it. Playing it in field. Holzhauser makes it his. And now the attack is on. It's Vrenetzi carrying the ball forward. Just holding it up. And in the end, maybe delayed the pass too long towards Marcel Baer. As there's a lovely run forwards here from Martinovic. Great skill. And look to play it across. And it's fantastic defending. Rieder just dropping back there. And he's taken a blow as well in doing so. He won't care about that though. He's back on his feet. And he wants more from the travelling fans. But look at this. On the break. Martinovic just touching it. Past his man. There. Velat sliding in. Committing himself. And Martinovic was away. Just a quick look. But that's fantastic midfield play from Rieder. Tracking the run. He knew that Velat was caught out of position. Just dropping back in there. As Jans tries to go forward. As the throw in. As both of the head coaches on the sidelines looking rather nervous. Christian Neidhardt on the far side. As Martinovic looks just to nod this one forward. Decent idea. Couldn't quite get Solm onto it. So we're already into the 20th minute. It's been a great game so far. Michael Kölner promised a spectacle and we're getting one. High quality football. And what a goal it was. It separates the two from Steinhardt, the left back, scoring with a header in open play. You don't see that very often. As Hiller will just try and slow this down. Passes it short to Velat. Holzhauser. Just using his experience, telling Hiller where to play it to go long. Up towards Baer. There's a flick around the corner there from Bahn. Nicely done. And Lebeau. He's been one of the bright spots for Waldhof Mannheim, who really haven't played that poorly despite trailing. They've got a lot of the ball. The majority of the possession has been theirs, but shots on goal have belonged to 1860. They have used their possession better. Perhaps the more effective side, 1860. And that's exactly what you need at the Karl Benz Stadion. There's Rossipal, back to Bartels. Long ball from him. Well placed was Velat to head away. Under pressure there from Solm. And the long ball this time from 1860 will just drift out of play. Looking to send Skenderovic away. On the ball for Jens. And Lebeau again. Martinovic, can he just keep it in? No, says the referee's assistant. Just tried the back heel flick there. Already crossed the line. Well, apparently the state of the pitch not great. It's pretty hard out there, and you can see it's starting to cut up. Bahn giving it away. Steinhardt came in with the challenge, but it's broken here for Lebeau. Low ball towards the edge of the penalty area. Martinovic helping it on. And Holzhauser completes the clearance. Well, he's picking up really good positions at both ends. The new signing for 1860, Holzhauser. Certainly knows what he's doing. Riedel forward there for Mannheim. We're just over the halfway point of the first half. It remains 1-0 to 1860 Munich, away at Waldhof Mannheim. Perhaps Mannheim don't deserve to be behind. They've had the majority of the play, but 1860 creating the chances and indeed taking their best one through Steinhardt. Deep ball in this time from the right from Mannheim, and Hiller, one of the best keepers at this level, takes it easily. And just now bowling the ball out towards Mogala. And a slight lull in play at the moment, as you can understand after that frenetic start to the game. And that will suit 1860, having got their noses in front. As that's a lovely flick from Bahn. And the shot comes in and onto the roof of the net there. 25th minute. It was Martinovic who took the effort on. Well, let's see. And you can see that the goalkeeper Hiller was concerned about that, as there's another chance here, and it's horribly high and wide from Martinovic this time. Hint of offside. Perhaps the flag was up. Let's see here. Is he off or not? Oh, I think that Steinhardt was just playing him on. Flag doesn't go up in the end. And that's two shots from him in the space of a minute. Oh, perhaps a glimmer of hope, though, as Martinovic got those two shots away. Unable to finish, but finally seeing some end product from the home team after all their pretty football. Steinhardt with his right boot away. It's flicked on, looking for Kobylanski, who will press the keeper. Will be a throw in for 1860. A rather skewed clearance from Bartels. Wagner unable to keep it in. Steinhardt in hard, battling away. Throw in for Waldhof Mannheim now. There's Michael Kulner barking instructions to his players. High ball up now towards Bear. Comes to nothing. And a long ball the other way, and it's chested coolly down by Verlat. He knew exactly where Mogala was, as we see a loose clearance from Hiller this time. could be trouble. For 1860, it's big trouble. It's the equaliser. Sohm with the goal on 28 minutes. Well, it all came from an error there from Hiller, you've got to say. But what a finish in the end from Sohm. Drilled into the bottom corner. Well, he was cool once he got in there, unlike Martinovic earlier on. Here's that loose clearance from Hiller. Straight to the feet of Lebeau. And it's a beautiful little ball outside of the right boot. And a cracking finish as well. Well, 1-1, and that could have big repercussions as well, not only in this 90 minutes, but over the season. Pascal Sohm, that will give him confidence for the rest of the season. Well, finally Mannheim getting a couple of shots away and then getting their rewards with the third. Lebeau, another nice ball from him for Wagner. Curling ball in, and 1860 haven't dealt with it at all here. And it's finally out of play. Lannert just getting something on it. Rossipal appealing for a handball. It's a deadly ball in from the right-hand side. No one could really get a touch on it from either team. And in the end, it's a corner for Waldhof Mannheim. Well, not really a hint of handball there coming up off the thigh of Lannert. As Lebeau goes across to take this corner, coming up towards half an hour played. It's 1-1. Well, it's driven in this time, headed away at the near post, and again by Rieder. A low ball towards the edge of the box, clipped forward by Riedel. Cleared again, and the pressure increasing on the 1860 back line now. Holzhauser in the face there of Wagner. Wagner gets it back again, tries a turn, but Holzhauser will get the throw. Looking to release his team forward as quickly as possible. As we see, Vrenetzi is brought down, and that will be the first yellow card of the game. Segert, the captain. Well, he's clattered into Vrenetzi there, right in front of the referee. Well, he's going to have to watch himself for the remainder of the match, and still an hour to go. And it's been a really feisty match as well. He's going to have to keep his discipline. The stakes are so high, and what an atmosphere as well at the Karl-Benz-Stadion. Both sets of fans roaring their teams on. So that's well won by Kobylanski. Out forward by Lannert. Lannert will get it again here. A man goes down for Waldhof Mannheim. The referee was looking straight at it. It was Martinovic involved again. It was an off-the-ball incident. Or was he just tugged back there by Rieder? No, says the referee. And now there will be a free kick the other way for 1860. Valart has really settled in well and 1860 after the summer move. And then the ball from Mogala. Not quite what 1860 were looking for. Forward players just glaring back at him there. There's another nice turn from Bard. Getting through some good work in defensive midfield. Speaking of which, there's Holzhauser, the Austrian, with a little flick to try and release Vrenetsi. His ball down the right, straight to the feet, though, of Rossipal. This is Jans. And a foul coming in, and Steinhardt can't believe the decision. Neither can Michael Kölner. It's Martinovic again going down. And I'd suggest he's gone down rather easily there. In fact, he was caught on top of the foot. From that angle, you can see. Well, what a game we've seen so far. Two fine goals. Steinhardt opening the scoring in the 7th minute with a header. The left back bursting forward and finishing off. And then in the 28th minute, Solm getting the leveller, drilling into the bottom corner past Hiller. It was the goalkeeper's poor clearance that got his team into trouble. This is Riedel, and gets it back again from Bahn. Bahn back to Bartels. Vlad and Mogala exchanging passes, then the long one out towards the left for Steinhardt to nod it forward towards the box. Got too much onto it. Bartels alert and could claim. Well, the game just calming down now. Now that Waldhof Mannheim are back in it at 1-1. A little less frenetic. As Hiller will take this. He'll need to get his distribution sorted out. In fact, he passes short to Mogala. As we've got 10 minutes to go until the break. Not too many stoppages so far in the game. And only the one yellow card for the Waldhof Mannheim captain, Sigurd. It's been a hard but fair match so far. This is Rieder. Holzhauser. Just patrolling in defensive midfield at the moment. And a beautiful ball out towards Steinhardt. Then with his right boot forward for Vrenetsi. Gets the ball in. It's a lovely delivery as well. And some panic in there for the Waldhof Mannheim defence. There was causing trouble in there. And at the other end, a little shove from Martinovic on the defender. And that will be a free kick. Let's have another look here. Some wrestling going on in the centre. In the end, Waldhof Mannheim doing enough to get it away. And it was another fine attack, though, from 1860 to try and carve open the home team. Lebeau. And the ball just let to drift through there. Clever play from Martinovic. Couldn't get on the end of the return, though. Steinhardt was covering. Lebeau and Martinovic linking up very well indeed so far in the game for Waldhof Mannheim. Jens can push forward again, and it's a deep delivery from him towards Sohm, who got the equaliser. So in the table as it stands, 1860 would be up to 5th in the current standings. Waldhof Mannheim still in 8th. Point doesn't really help either. And as I said at the start of the programme, neither will want to lose this one. Lebeau, a little bit of space for him. He's soon closed down though by Valat. And twisting and turning, getting away from the defender. And lovely ball in! And a stunning stop from Hiller. Fantastic play all round. And Vrenetzi can finally get it away. Oh, the pressure still on here from Waldhof Mannheim. Well, what a cross from Lebeau. And Hiller turning away the header. That's a great turn. It's played across. The hold-up play from Martinovic. The shot comes in back to Martinovic and hacked away by 1860. Well, all hands to the pump at the moment for the 1860 defenders. Yet again it's in, and Martinovic tries the volley. In the end, Morgalla gets the block in. Well, this is breathless at the moment. Waldhof Mannheim taking the throw in as quickly as possible. And then the ball cleared. Well, again, the players coming together. 5 minutes to go before half-time. They're going to have to cool off at the break, as there's no chance that that's a penalty. That's what they were complaining about. Winkler, I believe it was, who went down. So a corner that Waldhof Mannheim at the moment well on top. But 1860 defending doggedly to not give them a clear sight of goal. In comes the corner. It's a very, very deep one. It comes back in. It's high. And they'll get another chance here from Lebeau. Rossipal flicked on. And Valat just couldn't quite get enough on it. Lebeau again, rolling it back. Oh, it's constant pressure now. And finally, Hiller can grab hold of the ball. The cross coming in from Lebeau was a high one, and he dealt with it very well indeed, Hiller. Well, all kinds of efforts coming in. Well, Lebeau is absolutely everywhere at the moment in an attacking capacity for the home team. And they're not just knocking at the door, they're hammering at it now to try and get ahead before half-time. Only 3 minutes remaining. Here is the turn from Lebeau. The header coming in from Sohm. And Hiller just reacting to get it away. Nearly the second of the game there for the striker, Sohm. And it was all down to the creativity of the Frenchman Lebeau. He's having the time of his life out there at the moment as Holzhauser makes a run forward. Haven't seen him in the penalty area for a while. Tried to cut it back and it's out for the corner. Again showing a very cool head just to turn and look up before delivering. Oh, Jan's sent into the stands and it's great defending from Riedel. Holzhauser now to take the resulting corner. It's a low one. Bit of a strange take there from the Austrian. Not quite what he had in mind, I think. Well, 2 minutes to go until half-time, plus stoppage time. Should be about 2 minutes, I would imagine. Not that many stoppages. Velat volleying up towards the front players for 1860, and he'll come straight back at him though. The ball delivered out towards Winkler in a foot race here against Lannert. And Lannert diving in. That will be a foul. And a dangerous position here for a free kick coming up towards the final minute of the first 45. Rossipal across to take. Are they going to test Hiller in goal again? Lebeau is there. Rossipal as well. What have they got up their sleeves, those two? It's Lebeau to take. Flicked on and into the arms of Hiller. Easy take in the end. No harm done there. And he will delay the take of his kick. Just try and run down the clock a little bit with his team under pressure. Hoisted upfield. Kubelanski manages to get hold of it. Now the cross in here towards Bear. There's chaos in the box. And finally it's pounced upon by Bartels. Well, Bear's looking up. He thinks that he was fouled in that. Didn't really look like it. It was all a little bit awkward. As Holzhauser wins the free kick in the centre. Let's have a look. Bear challenging there. And, well, he says that he was pushed to the ground by the goalkeeper. He may have a point there, as the ball is loose. And certainly the keeper gets nowhere near it. Perhaps a let-off there for Bartels in goal. As we'll have only the 1 minute of time added on. We're already 30 seconds into it. It's been a pulsating first half of football in the Dritte Liga here. Waldhof Mannheim won 1861. The away side taking the lead early on, 7th minute, through a great header from Philipp Steinhardt, the left back. A high ball into him, and he directed the header into the bottom corner. As then Waldhof Mannheim came roaring back, the home side. And finally their pressure told, as Solm drilled into the bottom corner just before half an hour played. It came from an error from Hiller. But it was an excellent half of football. Join us in 15 minutes or so for hopefully more of the same. So welcome back to the second half of this Dritte Liga match between Waldhof Mannheim and 1860 Munich. The half-time scoreline 1-1 in a very important match for both clubs, looking to keep in the promotion hunt. Neither side wants to lose it, and they are dead level at half-time. 1860 scoring first after 7 minutes through Steinhardt, the left-back, a header after a looping cross in towards him. A tremendous finish it was as well, after they'd been under heavy pressure at the start of the game from Waldhof Mannheim. The home side continued to pile forward after that and eventually got their rewards. 28th minute, Sohm scoring after an error from the 1860 keeper Hiller, gifting possession to Lebeau, who fed the striker through and he drilled into the bottom corner. Towards the end of the half, Waldhof Mannheim were really hammering at the door of 1860 to try and take the lead before half-time. Couldn't quite find the breakthrough, as 1860 here have made a decent start to the second half, as an acrobatic effort there is into the hands of the keeper Bartels, the new number 1 for Waldhof Mannheim. So it was a very entertaining first 45 minutes. They flew by. We're looking for more of the same in this second period. You can just sense how much this game means to both sets of players. Every decision is being argued about. And the next goal will be absolutely crucial, as Waldhof Mannheim again attacking down the right-hand side. Verlaat there, almost with the own goal. Just getting a touch on the ball across, and well, he's a very relieved man indeed. Well, the ball in from Sohm, it just comes up off his thigh. Hiller couldn't quite react to get a touch on it, and he goes across the face of goal. No one there to touch the ball in. Oh, what a start to the half that would have been for Waldhof Mannheim. They've got the corner. Lebeau takes it short. Gets the ball back again. Just manages to prod it here for Bahn. Lebeau again. And it's another great run off the ball from Lebeau. Couldn't quite get there though. Riedel with the ball towards the byline for him. Well, he's had a great match so far, Lebeau. A lot of the attacks going through him for the home team. Well, chances at both ends already in this second half. Looks as though we're going to get a similar kind of match as in the first. And Skenderovic tries to sprint forward. It's brought to an end by Wagner. And Morgalla goes back to Hiller. Very unfortunate, Hiller, to see his skewed clearance picked up by Lebeau in that first half and set up Sohm for the finish, for the equalising goal. Otherwise, his performance has been absolutely spot on. And that's the life of a goalkeeper, isn't it? Steinhardt, the 1860 goal scorer, trying to play the ball down the line, straight out of play, and that invites Waldhof Mannheim forward again, down this near side. Rossipal, and then just a bit of a heavy touch, and that allows Skenderovic to come in on it, but Bahn winning the ball back again, does he? In fact, the whistle had gone already. Free kick for 1860, who might slow down the pace of the game here. Just try and take the needle out of it. Verlaat having to sprint across here. Was a bit of a wayward pass from Morgalla. This is Holzhaus. He's been caught in possession for once. And that could be trouble here for 1860 as Lebeau then nutmegs him. Oh, a great start to the half from Raphael Holzhauser. So much expectation on his shoulders. Played very well indeed, though, in the first half as a box-to-box midfielder. Now 1860 potentially to break here, but Vrenetsi was caught right on the touchline. Good defending there, good pressing from Waldhof Mannheim, not allowing him any space at all. Barn rolls the ball here, and the shot comes in, and it whistles just wide of the post there from Martinovic. Tremendous play. Well, it looked for all the world as though he was going to score there. It just opened up for him. Oh dear, it's close. Let's have a look from the reverse angle. He's just curling away as he takes the left-footed shot on. And at the other end, Bartel's just being called into action. Well, Martinovic has had a couple of efforts from just outside the box. Obviously confident of his ability. And a long ball from Bartels, looking for the flick on. Doesn't come from Sohm, but they've kept possession, Waldhof Mannheim. As Lebeau just has the ball nicked away from him by Holzhauser, and it's a lovely ball forwards here for 1860 into the box, and then that's poor in the end from Vrenetsi, getting himself in a bit of a tangle and just gifting the ball straight to Riedel. Now the next ball down the field for Waldhof Mannheim. Martinovic with Magala at his back. In the end, it's away by Velat. And Holzhauser just seems to have that extra second compared to everyone else, but he's given the ball away. Martinovic with the layoff, and it's well intercepted, I think, by Steinhardt, just cutting in. Wow, end to end at the moment, coming up towards 10 minutes into the second period. Throw in for Waldhof Mannheim. 1860 thought it should have been theirs. As we see, two nutmegs, in fact, on Holzhauser. One after the other, one from Martinovic, the next from Lebeau. As there's a long ball down the centre of the field here. Marcel Beer unable to make anything of it. Sorry, Skenderovic it was, who was furthest forward. 1860 causing problems for Waldhof Mannheim with those direct balls. Sigurd, who is the only man on a yellow card so far. Sigurd again. The ball is flicked on inadvertently by Rieder, but Velat can deal with it. Ball just dug out. Another ball into the channel. Struggling there was Sigurd, but he as well is helped out by his centre-back partner, Riedel. Kubelanski hasn't had a lot of space so far, Kubelanski. Now bursting forward is Winkler, and the crossfield ball. Hint of offside here, but Waldhof Mannheim can continue the attack. No flag. It's rolled across for Sohm, and it's 2-1. Well, they've completely caught 1860 cold there, and Sohm gets his second. Right on 57 minutes played, and they've turned this match around. Well, what a finish it was in the end, just cutting inside and rifling home. Well, it comes from this long ball. Martinovic running onto it. Velat is looking across, thinks it should be offside. No flag. It's a beautiful ball for Sohm. He just stops it and rifles it. Holzhauser can do nothing. Hiller can do nothing. And that's 2-1. Well, for Pascal Sohm, that's his 5th of the season. 2 today. He's now on a hat-trick. And 2 very important goals as well for the home team. Well, 18,000 almost in the stadium to watch this big match of the weekend in the 3rd tier in Germany. As suddenly 1860 might have an opportunity. It's rolled towards Bear, and that's good keeping from Bartels. Waldhof Mannheim thought there should have been a free kick for them here. Bahn going down far too easily. Skenderovic catching him out, and almost an immediate equaliser for 1860. Well, we've got just over half an hour remaining of this entertainment. I don't think that's going to be the end of the goal scoring somehow. That's the next long ball. Catches 1860 out. It's rolled back by Sohm, and that's fantastic defending from Mugala. Taking his time before just running onto the ball. Well, what a game we've got for you here. It's so open out there. There's lots of space now as the ball is played out towards the right-hand side now. Steinhardt just having to get something on it. Wow, incredible. Well, it looks as though 1860 are going to make a couple of changes here. Skenderovic coming off, and it's going to be their top scorer, Larkenmacher, who is coming on. Different kind of threat altogether. Vernetzi as well for the former Waldhof Mannheim forward, Boyamba. Throwing the kitchen sink now at Mannheim. Michael Kullner knows how important this game is. So what difference can those two make for 1860? Larkenmacher really likes to put himself about. 6 goals so far this season. Couple of assists as well. And Boyamba will want to put one over his former club. Well, already Larkenmacher pressing. Sometimes looks a little bit awkward, the target man, but he's certainly effective at this level. As again there we see Martinovic trying to leave it. Thought there was a runner behind him. Oh, free kick given there. And the Waldhof Mannheim fans, well, they've been treated to some exceptional football at home so far this season. They've only seen one loss. The rest of the matches they have won here. And despite falling behind early to 1860, they were right behind their team, who have managed to turn it around. And the next heavy challenge coming in, and a free kick. And the reaction there from Riede might be booked for that. Well, he's very angry with the decision. And that is the yellow card, as I suspected. Well, he says he got the ball. He does. Takes a bit of the man as well. But the yellow card is for the reaction rather than for the tackle. So time ticking down for 1860. And it's a little bit frustrating for them that Waldhof Mannheim are just on top at the moment. That double from Sohm is really a hammer blow to them. Can they come back though? They've certainly got the personnel out there to do it. With now Boyamba and Lachenmacher supporting Bear, as well as Kobylanski. And you wouldn't put it past Holzhauser to score on his debut for 1860 Munich either. This match is far from over. Low ball into the box here. 1860 just struggling defensively again. Perhaps another chance of Waldhof Mannheim, but Boyamba gets back there to help out. Well, you wouldn't have expected that from the forward. Doing rather well, reading the danger. Just over 25 minutes remaining. And Michael Kölner will be frustrated that his team got themselves ahead and are now behind. As that's a nice piece of skill there. But what's come of it? Nothing, it would appear. Lannert, it was just flicking the ball over. I don't think he even gets a free kick for his troubles. Rossipal, the full-back against him, involved. Jürgen Kohler in the crowd, watching on here. Former Dortmund and Germany legendary centre-back. Seeger just finding his teammate there, Rossipal. And Waldhof Mannheim coming forward again. This is Winkler on the left. Going more centrally towards Wagner. High ball in. Here's Lebeau. What's he going to do now? Well, he's forced backwards by Holzhauser. Finds Bahn, though. Riedel. At the moment, 1860 just can't get the ball off Waldhof Mannheim to try and feed those forward players that they've brought on. Man has stayed down here. It's Winkler for the home team. Play hasn't been stopped as yet. As Mannheim keeping possession, and finally I think they will play it out. Indeed they do, through Riedel. So that he can get a little bit of treatment. Should be okay to continue though, Winkler. It's just caught there by Kobylanski. Bit of a heavy fall as well. No hint of a foul. Verlatz just stepping in, looping the ball forward for Larkenmacher. Lay off for Boyamba. And the crossfield ball. This is looking like a good potential attack here for 1860. Holzhauser just keeping it in, trying to tuck it around the corner for Steinhardt. Now Bahn. And it's the danger man Lebeau. Intercepted by Verlatz. Ball up, Boyamba trying to hold it, manages to keep the possession. And it's all a little bit scrappy out there for 1860 at the moment. Difficult for them. Mannheim have certainly got something to hold on to here. And the home side going to make a double change. So Lebeau is going to come off. Well, he's run himself into the ground, in fairness. Winkler as well will leave the field of play. And there will be Korte to come on. And Ekinche also. So it's like for like, more or less. But can one of these players have the same effect as Lebeau is? He's the man getting all the congratulations on the sidelines from the coaching staff. Christian Neidhardt must be delighted with the performance from the winger. A constant thorn in the side of 1860. But Waldhof Mannheim going to have to do without him for the final 20 minutes. So can 1860 drag themselves back into this? So a free kick here for Waldhof Mannheim. Rossipal will hope to get the delivery in here and give 1860 something to really think about. Can Waldhof Mannheim get a cushion? It's delivered in. It's not the greatest in the world, but Mannheim trying to keep the pressure on. But here comes Lachenmacher, just leaving the ball for Steinhardt to go on the break. Long ball here delivered towards the number 10 Kobylanski, but it's good, cool defending. Just nodded back towards Bartels. Waldhof Mannheim just trying to apply their game management to it here with 18 minutes left. Would be such a big result for them. As it stands in the table, they're just up to 7th. 1860 remain in 6th. And that would mean that Mannheim closing the gap to only 1 point behind 1860. The gap to 3rd then, as we stand, 4 points. And 5 off 2nd place, Wien Wiesbaden, who are winning 1-0 against Elversberg, who are the top team. And I said earlier, it looks as though they're going to be away and clear, but that would be a big result as well in the Dritte Liga. 3rd place Saarbrücken losing 3-0 at home to Duisburg. Well, Waldhof Mannheim, one of only 2 teams in the top 8 who are currently winning. This could be a big weekend in the season in the Dritte Liga. Here's Holzhauser feeding Kobylanski. Deflected ball and brought down by Coulter. Now Lanette feeding in around the corner. Kobylanski getting more involved now as time is wearing on. Boyamba. He's found a yard of space, but his ball there just coming off the defender. And Bartels quite happy to take it. Just under a little bit of pressure there from Kobylanski. Here's Holzhauser, and Waldhof Mannheim surrounding him whenever he gets the ball now. Really good pressing, and they might be away again. Martinovic, he keeps his footing. Mogala is right on him in a tight spot there. Coulter. And they've kept it in. This is excellent play from Waldhof Mannheim. A heavy challenge coming in though. That's a really painful one for Kobylanski as Rossipal just losing control of the ball. Sliding in. And the referee immediately dishing out the yellow card. That's the 3rd of the game. Let's have another look. Just turning here. And the ball was loose. He thought it was there to win. Kobylanski had already got there. ball into the channel. Larkenmacher. Haven't seen much of him really since he came on. And he's one of those players that doesn't need to be involved in the game. He can just pop up with something. That's what they'll be hoping for with just over 13 minutes to go. Holzhauser with the delivery from the corner. It's a good one as well. Can they react here? The volley goes soaring over the bar though from Steinhardt, looking to get his second of the game. He was on his wrong foot and looks as though there was no foul given either. With Rossipal down. Indeed, goal kick given rather than the free kick. As there's a loose header there, and Hiller having to come out of his box to just volley clear. Closing in on it was Solmers. Here's Korte again, dribbling into the box. Eventually, Velat gets there. And at the moment, this is looking very good indeed for Waldhof Mannheim. And there we see the work rate from the fellow sub Akinci. And it's so tough for 1860 at the moment. They're suffering. As Waldhof Mannheim have got their tails up. Belka here is going to come on now for 1860. Interesting move there. Defender coming on. As Bahn gives the ball away. And flicked on, and here comes Holzhauser trying to burst through. Great tackle on him. Stop him in his tracks. Our man goes down, and the referee bringing a halt to the game. Well, it's all going on here. It's a tight, tense match at the moment. As we see Korte going down, just pushed over by Steinhardt. Christian Neidhardt on the sidelines. He's coming out of his technical area, just getting a warning there from the referee's assistant. Well, it's dramatic here with 10 minutes to go. Are we going to see an equaliser for 1860? Or is it going to be a clincher for Waldhof Mannheim? Well, despite Michael Küllner throwing on those attackers for 1860, they've barely been involved really. Küllner just checking his watch. There are 10 minutes to go. Well, you can cut the tension with a knife here. The Karl-Benz-Stadion. An enormous din around the ground from both sets of fans. As Martinovic just loses the ball to Boyamba. Here's Bahn. Not seen as much of him in the second half as in the first. The Waldhof Mannheim still managing to turn this around with a double from Solm after falling behind to Steinhardt's early efforts. How big could that second goal from Solm be in the 57th minute in this Dritte Liga season? Boyamba, a little bit of space, but he's all the way back in the centre circle. Kobylanski. It's all a little bit one-paced at the moment for 1860. There's just a wall of black and blue shirts in front of them. It's Boyamba again, turning away from Bard. Jans away. The throw in. Looking to hold it up at the edge of the box. This is Holzhauser. In a tight spot again for Steinhardt, but he's done well to release Boyamba. The ball comes in and the header, Kobylanski. Just wide of the near post. Well, couldn't find the target at all. Head in hands for Martin Kobylanski. Well, he was completely unmarked, and he gets the timing of the header all wrong. Time ticking down here for both teams. 6.5 minutes to go for Waldhof Mannheim to celebrate a big home win. 1860 desperate to get back on level terms. A point each doesn't really help either side, but better that than a defeat for the away team. As they're starting to get a little bit of joy now, 1860, as time wears on. Waldhof Mannheim on the attack down the left. The sub Ekinche trying to break through, and in the end it's just a goal kick for 1860. There's less than 5 minutes to go. Waldhof Mannheim about to bring on another player, Malakovsky, as they thought they were away again there, but the whistle's already gone. And it's going to be a double change, in fact. Also Karbstein, a defensive midfielder, just to try and shore things up for the remainder of the 90 minutes. Well, they'll take their time over the subs here. Well, it's going to be Martinovic who's coming off. Well, he's been running around so much here. He's got to come off for the final 4 minutes. Decent performance from him. Couldn't find the target with a couple of shots. And Bahn also being withdrawn, Karpstein. So that's a like for like in defensive midfield. Only 3 minutes to go. Long ball forward for 1860. The goalkeeper's come a long, long way. And 1860 can't force it towards goal. Well, what was he doing there, Bartels? A rush of blood to the head. And they could do without that. As you can see, a little bit of pushing and shoving going on in the technical area. And Holzhauser was just unable to hook the ball home. It was Belka here who was causing trouble in there for the goalkeeper. What a 3 points this would be for Waldhof Mannheim. Now Belka here, long ball forward, and he's been caught with a late one. Well, no card given here to Sohm. There's in fact another ball on the field, and Michael Kulner is forced to come on to sort it out, and he is fuming with how this is going. Suddenly a chance at his end, and Marcel Baer couldn't direct it on target. A long ball forward, it's a searching one. Steinhardt wins the header, and it's deflected over. Just over a minute to go. Verlaat, and couldn't get any power into the header at all. Bartels dives on it. Well, it would be the 9th home win of the season out of 10 for Waldhof Mannheim. If they can pull this off, it looks as though they're going to. Although 1860 are just going to push forward now. They may as well just go for it. Look at all those bright yellow shirts up there. Verlaat now helping out in attack. Kobylanski just trying to prod it forward. And cleared by Waldhof Mannheim. Everyone is back for Waldhof Mannheim. Everyone forward for the away team. What an end to this match. It's so tense out there. There's perhaps here a chance for Waldhof Mannheim to finish it off on the counter-attack. Now the shot comes in, and it's well over the bar by Coulter. Well, there's 5 minutes of time to be added on. Another long ball. They've just got to keep pumping them forwards here, 1860. Verlaat can't find a teammate, though. And Coulter can't bring it under control. Morgalla also bolstering the attack. Boyamba against his former club. Doing well there, but forced backwards to Belka. Reader and Belka again. And he's going to take the shot on from range here. Belka was always arcing away from goal. A little bit optimistic from that kind of range for the centre-back, really. Cutting across the ball, sending it well wide. Bartels in no hurry at all with the goal kick. We're 90 seconds into the 5 minutes of time added on. They're within touching distance of a massive 3 points. And this place will erupt when the final whistle goes if the home team are still winning. It's been a tremendous game of football. I said at the start of the game, 2 evenly matched sides, and that is how it's panned out, really. You'd have to say Waldhof Mannheim do deserve the win today. They've been on top more often. 1860, though, more efficient in their attacking, perhaps. Steinhardt will be shown a late yellow card. That's the 4th of the game. Just pulling back Coulter there. Well, midway through, time added on. The seconds agonizingly ticking away for 1860. Larkenmacher looking to make a nuisance of himself. They've got it away safely, though, Waldhof Mannheim. Now Ekinchie cutting inside. He's still got the ball. Well, he's done well there, just to hold it. Now the ball fired forward, flicked on, back to Ekinchie. Boyamba gets back to help out and just brings him down. Free kick just outside the box here, and they might fancy taking this one on. Ekinchie immediately grabbing hold of it and placing. Well, less than 2 minutes of time added on remaining. Will they fancy going for the shot here? There's not too many defenders back for 1860. I think that Mannheim are just going to play this into the corner rather than go for goal, although Hiller doesn't have a lot in front of him. Indeed, they are going to play it for Coulter, and it's not quite worked out for them. Reeder with the throw. Pass is in fact for Magala to take. As there could be a late chance. Here it is, and it's 3-1. That clinches it. Coulter with the finish. Brilliant, brilliant goal. And a brilliant, brilliant 3 points for Waldhof Mannheim. Well, what a finish. It was the coolest man in the stadium, Coulter. And what a lovely lofted little finish over Hiller. (3-1), and the relief around the stadium is palpable. Malakovsky with a perfectly weighted ball, and he can just lift it over the keeper for 3-1. And the 3 points are staying in Mannheim. Well, the roof has lifted off, as in fact the referee has blown the final whistle there. So it's 3-1 Waldhof Mannheim against 1860. 1860 putting all the effort in they could to try and break through. But Sulm with a double, and that late one from Coulter sealing it. And there are massive celebrations all round. Well, thank you very much for joining us for that Dritte Liga match. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and goodbye from me.